Julian had, I think, a message for younger people that is especially important today. Your time is now. Your time is now. And it's important to step up and fulfill your destiny. Julian helped lay that foundation in everything that he did.
Bond's commitment was reinforced by his experience at Morehouse College, where as a student, he was one of 8 individuals to take the only college course ever taught by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
He said to me, yes, I did take that course, but I could kick myself because I never took one note in that class. And he said it has been really an embarrassment. I was more dedicated to the movement than I was to my classes. When he came to lecture, he could actually hypnotize you. You stayed riveted. He talked very fast, but every sentence was substantive. And you quickly knew this man knew what he was talking about. Very persuasive, so it didn't surprise me when he became the chair of the board of directors of the NAACP.
Julian Bond's dedication to civil rights activism included a deep appreciation of the connection between economic justice and the ability to exercise civil liberties. His commitment to ensuring that all Americans have equal opportunities to achieve, regardless of their race, sexual orientation, or economic status, was a hallmark of his career.
Julian early on recognized that the passage of civil rights laws by themselves would not be enough to bring about justice and opportunity, that there had to be economic opportunity. If you didn't have the means to live a meaningful life, the economic means, then your life was still bounded and held back by the legacy and continuing discrimination.
Julian Bond helped shift the conversation around equality and opportunity in America. Julian Bond influenced my life greatly. As a little girl, I remember reading about him in Ebony magazine and Jet magazine. I remember my parents talking about him. I remember seeing him on television. And he struck me as being the kind of person who just didn't sit back and complain about things. But if he saw something wrong, he wanted to do something to make it right. Economic justice and financial liberation are core components of our civil and human rights. And Julian Bond understood that at a very fundamental level. He was one of the first amongst civil rights leaders to call out the injustices of predatory lending and discriminatory lending, payday lenders and check cashers. And he fought against those abusive and predatory forms of credit.
Julian Bond passed away on August 15th, 2015. But his spirit lives on in the hearts of those who continue to fight for justice.
I never had that last conversation. And I probably wouldn't have ever had a last conversation with Julian, simply because I liked him just as he was, and I couldn't improve upon him. I mean, it's like he and Martin Luther King were quite different. He and John Lewis were quite different. But we needed each one of those points of view.
His legacy is a reminder that activism and the fight for equality is a lifelong pursuit, one that requires dedication, courage, and an unwavering belief in the possibility of change. As we reflect on the life of Julian Bond, let us honor his legacy by continuing the work he started. Though the pursuit of equality, justice, and human rights is far from over, and it is both our legacy and our responsibility to keep fighting. This is the lesson we take from the exemplary life of Horace Julian Bond.